Gonna work on this barn today. Gonna try to raise the roof a little bit here. Fell off its footings. We'll take a look. We're at the corner here. It was on that block and tipped off. Tipped out a little bit too. Here's the second beam in. Looks like the whole thing just kind of rolled over there. And I figure it's probably around 12 to 18 inches lower than it should be. That caused this beam here to snap. It's probably much closer to being level at one point. Barn's kind of cool. It's all like hand-hewn timbers. Once we get that all half-assed straight, probably hit these two. I think I'm going to get some sound tubes and pour some really wide base footings for it. We've got a situation over here, and this is the original part of the barn where nothing is supporting that beam there. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's bent pretty good. And then the next beam up is angled down, the next beam up, angled down, and the top beam is angled down. I have a bottle jack here I've had forever. I'm going to put that underneath there. I think it's maybe a 10 ton. I'm not 100% sure. I got a 1/2 inch plate to put underneath it, and I got a 6x6 1/2 inch plate to put above it. And on those other beams I got a little bit of angle, 1/2 inch thick angle, 6 inch deep by a 4 inch wide piece. And I drilled some holes in them for some through bolts to give us a jacking point. So before I screw with that, I'm going to start on getting these somewhat level. I might see if I can get this block out. It looks like there's concrete underneath it, and see if it fits to this rock above it. And I think I'm going to try to dig that rock out of there. Really no need for it. I got her out. And another piece of concrete here on the other side of this. Doesn't really seem to fit very well, but I'm going to assume that it was on top of there. Probably down around 14, 16 inches to where it's supposed to be. I might have used a ratcheting strap to bring it back in. A little bit of worry at the top of it. It's pretty much cracked right in half. You get a 2x6 screwed on there. Don't know if that's going to save me if this whole thing decides to come down. The rock is small enough to where I can get it out. Much rather have a poured footing in there. And I'd like to break it up. I don't have a decent sledgehammer, and the head actually came flying off this old thing here. So, got a choker on here. Let's see what happens. Here's what the other end looks like. We'll toss it in 4-wheel drive low. See if she gets her done. I think I'm just going to tip it up, and then the choker might slip off at the other end. But we got you in the tripod. We'll find out. Take 2 here. I think she might just spin around this time and come off, but if I can just get it out of the way, or even get on a flat ground, I can lever it away from the work site, note to self, bring a decent sledgehammer. Well, from there I was able to walk this rock out by hand. Now I'm going to try to drill this prick, and I'm going to do it and try to get the hole through there square. I'm double plating it so I can jack on one side and then support on the other jack stands, so it can be lifted at any point for shimmying or for putting a permanent base underneath it. So we get both these plates bolted on, and so I got my main bolt, and I just have another screw hole to keep the plate from pivoting. Close enough. If I can get it raised up, I'm just going to tip it off that bottle jack with a ratcheting strap to get it to where it needs to go. To make sure things are extra tipsy, I'm going to try this with a chunk of 2x6. For brakes, I'll put a plate underneath it. It's actually pushing this outwards, so I'm going to put a strap on it right now to keep it inward. I think I'm going for too much gusto here. Let's get it onto this block. Try to draw it in a little bit here. Figured stuff like that was going to happen. Take another bite. I hope that doesn't give way over there. Is it moving? Alright.
Got it.
Yeah, just kind of inching it over, you know.
You're pushing it this way.
Still got to come in a little, but I'm going to work on that back beam some. You can see how much that raised up there. Boy, almost like I overdid it a little. We'll keep tweaking it though. This is going to be more of the same, just digging all this crap out of here so we can get started. Nothing's even resting on that post. But this one's a lot closer to square. So we'll see what happens. Well, this rock became an issue. I'm going to give it a pull at the truck. Hopefully don't knock her off the bottle jack there. Probably will. Got that guy in one shot. Gonna have to try to get a brick partially under there, and then move my plate over and get that brick more centered. Well, I got a couple bricks in there. It's better than it was. I got 2 full cinder blocks on that one. You can see the roof line's improved. Still needs some more work though. I think we got to come up some more with it. One might actually be a little bit high there. All the hard work's done. This is very easy to adjust now. So I got to try this before the weekend's out. Just gonna clear that out, put the jack under there, and give her. Yeah, you can see that this corner is resting on absolutely nothing. So anything is better than what it is now. I'm going with a jacking plate on top too to try to spur some of the load. And we'll see if that jack does anything. Took it up quite a ways. Not enough. Just keep going till these beams are square. I'm gonna toss a couple cinder blocks under this thing and shore up these two with some angle 2x6s and call it a day. Well, here it is, folks. One final look. I don't think them beams are going anywhere. There's enough downward pressure on it that it's staying fairly square. But I threw a couple kickers in it. Just until I get back next time, and who knows when that's going to be. This really isn't a very urgent project. Here's a look at this down here, and actually, believe it or not, I think that beam did straighten out. So I'm going to let it relax like this for a while, and then probably try to get about another 4 inches out of it or something like that. This whole rail that these doors slide on top here is much straighter now. Still needs some more work. I think this corner here has to come up the most. But anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.